Do you know that according to communication equation, when you interact with someone, based on what you say, only 40% they understand you based on what they hear. 50% is based on how they feel or what they feel. And then 10% is based on your words. Can you imagine that? 10% lang, guys. So out of 100%, 90% is based sa nonverbal communication. So that's kind of, no, it's not a surprise kasi if you're one of those people na feeling mo parati ka misunderstood or misinterpreted in words mo, eto na yun. This video is for you. Hi everyone! Assalamualaikum! Welcome back to my channel, The Nervous Speaker. So before we move on, amon i-explain ko kanya in nonverbal communication, allow me first to say thank you, growing subscribers. Thank you so much guys for your support. And if in case you are new to this channel, then don't forget to click that subscribe button and like this video if you find this helpful. Try to stick around. Who knows, you may be able to understand nonverbal communication better, and at the same time, it will help you have future interactions mo. Okay, let's talk about nonverbal communication. What is nonverbal communication? It is a communication that does not use words and it happens all the time. So, ganun siya ka-powerful. So, for this video, we are going to discuss or I'm going to share with you 9 examples. So, ano itong mga 9 examples na to? Okay, these are number 1, paralanguage. Number 2, we have facial expression. Number 3, body movements and posture, or we call it kinesics. And then number 4, gesture. 5, eye contact. 6, touch. 7, voice. 8, space and distance or proxemics. And the last one, para sa akin, pinaka-importante talaga, is silence. Let's get started with number 1, paralanguage. When we talk about paralanguage, this is how you use your voice, yung characteristics ng voice mo when you speak up. So, makad na rin doon in tone, in other words, in vocal inflection. Makad din doon in rate. In rate is yung biskay ato malalay. Lalay sin pagbisara mo. And then, makad na rin din doon in volume, in kusog sin tingog mo. Bang makusog batod ato bukunda. Or makadasab din doon in pagtawag nila pitch. In pitch, amon taas ato baba. Di ba kung minsan, usually mga girls kita high pitch, di ba? Man kita yas tulan, tumaas to din tingog ta. Bang kita isa wayas tulan, mababa rin tingog ta. So, yung pitch, normally, this is influenced by our emotion. And then yung tone, this is a clear indicator of your passion sa message mo, yung sa speech mo, or your lack of commitment. In other words, di ba, have you noticed, may mga speakers talaga, when you listen to them, you actually can see that they believe in what they're telling you. So that's passion. Importante yun. So, yung passion na yun, nakikita din yun siya sa boses or naririnig siya sa boses. So, that's paralanguage. So, the next time you speak up with someone, be very careful, be mindful of your vocal inflection. So, dapat tugma siya how words na bisarahon mo. Diba? So, in other words, for example, bang indira mo ra nagbisarahan buktao, in volume mo, dapat mababa lang. Bukuntod pa kusugon mo kasi isa-isa niya ra. Or, bang sa pamakaw, medyo a little bit upset, tumaasin tingog mo, so dapat kalmahon mimbaran mo, ipababa mo siya. Kasi usually, when you speak yung high pitch, di nakautod kahatihan. So, medyo a little bit blurry. Dito siya kahatihan sindira mo. Nagbisara pa sa nag-ulak ko or medyo thin na siya, annoying na siya, listener mo. So, on possibility, mag-zone out siya. Di na siya dumugay mo. So, that's 1. Okay, moving on. Number 2, facial expression. Ano itong facial expression? We are very expressive, especially we girls. Kita niyo mga babae, di ba? We actually express transparent, nakikita talaga sa mukha natin how we feel about certain situation, about certain people, about certain issues. But take note guys kalma lang, bukod masyadong transparent. Kasi kung minsan, we also need to mask our feelings, di ba? Kasi, bangsa pama, very expressive kita. Sometimes, ma-misunderstood day sabsing kaibanan or ma-misinterpreted in message mo. So, anything that is extreme, ating nga maglabi na, bukod day sa marayaw. So, be mindful naman, have facial expression na to. Right? Example, may mga estudyante, pag nakikita ako, nag-greet sa akin, yung words nila, good morning ma'am, pero hindi naman nakasmile. Good morning ha? Di ba dapat nakasmile ka? You say, good morning ma'am. O ayan. So, kasi it's a good morning. Pero nakasimangot siya. Siya magbisara, good morning. So, medyo mix signal ang pinaparating niya. So yan, mag-greet, smile ka naman dyan, di ba? Okay, that's number 2. Yung facial expression mo, dapat nagmamatch how words mo. Okay, number 3, yung tinatawag nilang body language or posture. Yung body language kasi, it's how you use your body when you communicate. Kung minsan, you notice, bangsaw pama you like the person, you tend to lean, sumuok ka, right? Sa bangsaw pama, you do not like the person. Bang manjari, dihilan mo space, inbaran mo pabaran niya, charis. So, body language, or kung minsan, parang bigla kang nagko-cross arms. Kasi bang nagko-cross arms ka, a little bit defensive ka. Yung posture, the way you sit, the way you stand, di ba? Try to imagine, man ko timitindog pag usbi, iastulan ko nagtatakad. Birinin pagtindog mo, bukon ko naka-straight talaga. Pero bang sa pamabya, attentive ko to, hambok tao, nangingistory kay mo. It's either nakalin ko kanya, or nag-atod talaga ka kanya, straight talaga yung pagtindog mo. Kasi you like what he is saying. So yan, that's body language and posture. So, ano yung parang kadihil ko kanya reminder, sa one of these days, maging speaker ka mo in public, if, for example, a time will come na medyo boring na yung nagsasalita. Tapos siya tukaw tudha unahan, kakitaan to din the way you sit, birin yung posture mo. As much as possible, you try to sit straight. Bukod ka mo nagsaslouch, nabubugol na ka. Iwasan mo yan. Kasi when you do that, or ayoko magkapot sa cellphone mo, bang ka hatasin stage, pausaw nagbibisara. Pasal ing dating nun, ing perception sin tao, why halga sin message, sinduga ing tao kay mo. So yun, that's body language and posture. Number 4, haptics or touch. Yeah, kung minsan, may mga tao na they don't like to be touched. Parang they feel uncomfortable. Pero ang mga tao, bang sila close na hambok tao, okay lang mag-holding hands or kaputan mo. Kasi parang, kuminsan kasi, touch is comforting, di ba? Pero, di ba kuminsan, parang you feel uncomfortable amon magsagid imbaran mo iban sindugay yung tao, especially with strangers. Kasi nga, yung tao ito, bukod mo to close. Pero pag close ka, okay lang. So, yung minsan yung mga touch, aon kay banan, di mabay pagkaputan kasi para kanila parang way pag-addat. Pero aon kay banan, bang sila maglangog, parang kaputan lang yun umuna, parang wala lang. So, siguro, dito sa touch na to, you just need to observe ang mga bagay niyo, especially bago pa yung friendship niyo, aturan na mo na siya, uno or hatihon mo muna yung mga cultural practices niya, para at least di ko ma-misinterpreted. Kasi kung minsan, a little bit sensitive yung kaibanan. So, para wayroon kalo, ayoko muna amon bigla-bigla na hadya kumapot or, kaputan mo siya, taikod or agbayon mo siya. So, kalma lang. Parang timing mo lang talaga siguro, bang medyo close na ka mo, or siya yung mag-make first move, then pwede na ako mag-move, mag-ninja move, charis. Okay, that's number 4. Number 5. Yung number 5 is gestures. So, ano yung gestures? We have yung hand gesture, and then we have your head gesture. Di ba kung minsan, we use our hands to point out things. Lisuan kasi kita magbisara, di ba? We Filipinos, we are lazy speakers. So, if someone asks us, hain in lie, instead of saying, yat turit to hataas singkuan table, you just say, Or kung minsan, we use our mouth. We do that. Someone asks us, nakakaon na ka, we just nod our head, or bangway pa ko nakakaon, we just, shake our head. So, when you use your gesture, see to it, it's just from here to here. So, dapat di na magbaba din di. Magbaba na pababa. What I mean is, if you use your gesture, starting here, pababa, it's actually negative. So, here lang, from here to here. So, para at least kakitaan sin tao yung gesture mo, at least positive siya, right? So, always choose gestures among open, positive gestures. So, for example, open Yan, palms. Kasi when you place your palms down, a little bit negative siya. Although, depende yun siya sa culture. Again, you observe first and then you make the next move. Okay, number 6, eye contact. Yan, very important yung eye contact because the way you look at people, it communicates a message, di ba? Kung minsan mag-atod kita yung mga sideways, yung mga mag-atod ko pakid lang bihan, medyo in kaibanan, they don't like it. Parang mangudyo ka. Pero ang mga kaibanan tao, umatod biha to, parang wala lang. It doesn't mean anything at all. That's just how they look. So, importante rin, kahatihan mo rin, before kita mag-astul or before kita mag-react na may itong pangatod mo, mga pangatod mo kako, siguro you need to talk it out first. Pero ikaw naman na imatod, see to it, bangko umatod as much as possible. Mas malingkat you just look straight. Or if someone talks to you, importante rin, you maintain that eye contact. Kasi when you maintain eye contact with someone, it parang signifies na parang dire-diretso ang flow of conversation. Kasi if someone talks to you, tapos dira mo nagbisa na nag-aatod pa langit or nag-aatod pa rugaing, it actually shows na it's either naboboard na siya or bukod na siya interested or baka meron siyang ibang iniisip. So that's actually a signal for you to stop. Diba? So importante din yung eye contact. Moving on, number 7, voice. Voice is an example of nonverbal communication because the way you use your voice it is not just a tool, but the way you use your voice, it can be an advantage or it can be a disadvantage for you. Mayta. Pasal, bangsaw pa may tingog mo, yaastulan had siya. Hati niya, mataas sa yung tingog mo, nag-aastulad siya ka. Yung high pitch siya. Minsan pa yung words mo marayaw, it will come on medyo mangi. Kaya nga, when you speak up, ang rule of the thumb, speak from the lowest tone. Hababa talaga. Low tone talaga dapat. Bukod ka excited agad, high pitch. Bang mag-start ko sin speech mo, low tone. And then siguro bang a little bit medyo exciting na or if you want to create anticipation, you can use yung voice mo, pabiskayon mo siya or a little bit louder na. Kasi kung minsan when you emphasize a concept or when you want to emphasize a word or a group of words, pwede mong ipa-louder in words mo. No, ipa-louder mo in voice mo than the rest. Sin how raise yet to. So you can use your voice either to your advantage, pero it can also be disadvantage bang di ko mayat maggamit sin voice mo. So yun, that's number 7. On, number 8 is space and distance. Yung space and distance, this is the study of proxemics. Actually, if we talk about space, meron tong parang, di ba yung space, most of us, we like physical space na parang di kita makrumped, di ba kautud ang biya, amon biya, haraig to di kayo mo. Especially if you do not like the person, di ba, you notice, di ko mabay dumaig ka niya. Or, bang manjari, dihilan mo space, imbaran mo, iwan sin tao, di mo kabayaan. Right? Pero if you like the person, okay lang yung medyo close ka mo. Kaya nga sa space, we have actually 4 zones. Okay, ano tong 4 zones na to? So if you talk about yung distance that we used in communication, there are actually 4 zones dito. So if we use, for example, 12 feet to 25 feet, yan, that's public speaking. So medyo public distance ito siya. And then if you talk about 4 feet to 12 feet, ito, medyo impersonal. And then 18 inches to 4 feet, this one is when you talk with friends or business associates. And then, pag nandun na sa 10 to 46 centimeters or 18 inches, medyo masuk na to. That's kind of, it's either you're whispering or you're comforting someone. So this one is medyo personal talaga, parang intimate, distant na. So usually, we use this mga sisters, mga tayo mga siblings ta or partners, spouses, or jowa mo. Right? So, yan. Parang masuk na tud talaga ito siya. Pinaka-last na nonverbal, syempre. This is the last but not the least, yung tinatawag nilang silence. Wow! Yung silence is part of nonverbal communication. Diba? Katumtuman niyo yung mga situations in which nagbisara ka tapos biglang na silent. When was that? Or someone asked you a question, medyo sensitive yung question, and you were silent. O kaya, tumtuma kaya in time, amon na ngayon ko sin kan ina mo, or kay kaka mo, or kay ama mo, na ngayon ko sina, tapos kaugunahan mo. So instead of an answer, silence lang ang narinig mo. So yun. Uno kaya inhati in silence. Actually, there are many meanings to silence. Depende yan sa kausap mo, mang isinara mo nagbisara. Like, well, for example, ako, personally, if I use silence, it's either I'm not sure with my response, so I just become silent. Someone asks me a question, so di ako sure bang unahi kasambong ko, I just keep silent. Or, aon mangayo ka ko advice, tapos, di ko kaingatan bang biariin in hikabisara ko, so, I become silent kasi pinoprocess ko yung question niya. Tapos, I try to organize my thoughts in a way na di siya mag-hurt. So, silent muna ako. Yun. Or, we also use silence. Parang, for example, someone talks behind your back. Parang binabadmouth ka. So, instead of defending yourself, you just become silent. Kasi di na ako magpahaba pa sa story. O kaya, feeling mo parang it's beneath your level. O kaya, parang, ano ngayon? Bangko mag-explain, does it matter? So, yun. You just keep your silence because you want to protect your peace, Charis. So, yung silence is actually more powerful than words itself. Kaya, kung minsan, lang nga nila, mas marayaw pa in namungmung atong magbisaray ng buktaw dahil sin magiging silent siya. Kasi pag silent siya, yan, makabuka yan. Charis. Okay, guys. So, yun. Kapag bisara na nato in mga 9 examples in nonverbal communication, hopefully, kahatihan niyo, marayaw, bang biyariin in paggamit niyo sin nonverbal communication ini, sin examples ini, para the next time you are going to have that conversation, magamit mo talaga siya. Strategize para kahatihan na ko to sin dira mo nagbisara. Charis. Okay, thank you so much for watching and bye!